lies, all the whole Remy and Pap situation, none of it was true.
I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Is Rumi Ma really?
Why is this man virtually pleading for a divorce and Remy Ma is refusing to let him go? Is she truly holding him hostage? The streets are watching, and it's not only about love anymore. Rumor has it that Pap may be vying for that alimony check, but let's not pretend everything is brand new. Now that Remy is out here stacking her bread and cuddling up to the black captain, who has already moved on with 2 younger ladies, this man stood 10 toes down for her while she was incarcerated, kept her name alive, and held it down like a genuine one. Remy still won't let Pap leave. This is so messy, and you know who's prepared to lose it? Claressa. Protector Sis isn't performing, but she has been expressing her love for Pap in the cutest yet sexiest way possible. The other day, she posted a birthday message on Instagram that made everyone talk. Oh man, happy birthday, King Pap. I'm so grateful for your life, laugh, music, and guidance. Oh, that was adorable. But Claressa is throwing birthday punches literally and figuratively because those blows might hurt. But let's be honest, Sis is one of a kind. I pray God grants you many more years and even faster hands because today you are receiving all of your birthday punches. Don't get it twisted. It's not because Pap hasn't tried. He's been out there begging for this divorce, and we're not talking once or twice, but every time Remy just finds a way to stir up more drama instead of just signing those documents. Don't think this is all just talk though. The receipts are out there. Remember when Remy herself put Pap on blast by exposing those texts between him and Claressa? Oh, the tea was boiling in those messages. Claressa was obviously frustrated that Pap hadn't even informed her that he had arrived home, safe, and she told him straight out that you are the one who is married. The truth, the mess, the shade. Claressa wasn't kidding when she said, if you can at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know that you made it home safely. Oh, she added, Sis just wants her man to be safe, and honestly, that's not too much to ask. But Remy wasn't finished. She went so far as to accuse Pap of threatening to call the police on her and even claimed to have audio of him getting physical with her. Although Pap denied all of it, he did say, oh, he was honest that Remy is just. I'm upset because he moved on, but remember that this isn't a one-sided story. Back in Christmas 2023, Remy was being jeered by Easy, the block captain, as if she didn't have a whole husband. You all recall that rap battle in which she essentially admitted that she was in love with him. So, how are you in love with a new man and still refusing to let Pap go? Someone should make sense of it. But wait, if you thought that was messy, just wait. Claressa and Pap have been out here serving couple goals left and right, giving people little glimpses into their love lives, and on Valentine's Day, they didn't hold back. Sunbathing, enjoying the vibes, and Pop was even out there starting the first Hawaii Fest. Who shaded the romance, the pettiness? This is a soap opera in real life. As you are aware, Pap is constantly focused on his business, so even during his romantic getaway, he had to update everyone on what was going on. He posted on Threads and posted the show, which was wonderful, with many celebrities showing up. This year we broke records, and we made history. Okay, so Mr. Pap was out there taking care of business, but Claressa was out there securing hearts. She shared the cutest video of her and her man on the beach. Singing just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Oh, the corniness was real, but the love was even more real. But wait, there's more, because this is where things get serious. Rumor has it that Pap had this whole romantic getaway planned for a while, and get this, he wasn't just going on vacation. He was planning to make it official. Yes, he was allegedly hoping to finalize his divorce from Remy before this trip, so he could have his big moment, and he proposed to Claressa on Valentine's Day. Wow, the plot thickens. Picture Hawaii, with the waves crashing and the sunset illuminating the love in the air. Dream proposal, but guess who had to come through and ruin it? That's right, Annie Ma. The reason is that things with her new boyfriend, Easy the block captain, weren't going as planned, so she's out here playing games, dragging her feet on those divorce papers and preventing Pap from moving on. Let's face it, Remy has seen Pap and Claressa receiving the same amount of love and support that she used to receive. And you know that made her feel something because, when Pap performed at Claressa's boxing match as she was entering the ring, that wasn't just support, it was a whole new level of love and excitement. Another woman like that must be hurting. But let's be honest, is this just her being a resentful ex, or is there more going on here? Remy's intense attachment is making it clear what you're truly afraid of. And now there are rumors revealing the true reason she won't sign the divorce papers. It's not about love. It's about the money. Rumor has it that Remy knows Pap is coming for the alimony bag. And if that's the case, this isn't just messy, it's evil. Oh, she's not trying to cough up those coins. You see, when one partner in a marriage earns more money, the financially weaker partner typically gets spousal support, also known as alimony, after the divorce. Let's not sit here and watch and act as though Pap wasn't the one keeping it together all those years. When courts decide on alimony, they consider several factors, including the length of the marriage, the income gap, and the contributions made by each partner. If we look at Remy and Po's history, they were together for 11 years, or more than 10 years, starting in 2004 and getting married in 2008 before officially ending things in 2023. But it gets even stranger. They got married over the phone while Remy was incarcerated in 2008. If that isn't dedication, I don't know what is. He was in prison in 2008. She was released in 2014, and guess what? They are still there. In 2015, they even had a full-scale televised wedding ceremony to celebrate their love, and in 2018, they welcomed their daughter. The Mackenzie Pap supported Remy through some of the most difficult years of her life, and now that we're discussing who deserves support, let's be honest, he has a case. Now, let's talk about money because this is where things get really messy. Pap put in years of love, support, and loyalty, and he might just be coming for what he's owed. If that's the case, Remy might just be stalling for a reason. Remy. Every time Ma looks at those divorce documents, she knows Pap is probably going to be entitled to those alimony payments because her estimated net worth is $4 million, which is far more than what Pap estimated to be worth. A significant portion of Remy's income comes from her clothing line, reality TV, appearances, and record sales. Not to mention her 2006 debut album, which was based on a true story and was a critical success. Although she didn't become as well known as some of her peers, Remy has consistently received recognition. Let's not minimize her accomplishments. She has been nominated 4 times for the BET Awards Best Female Hip Hop Artist category and has even won once. Nothing, so yes, Remy has money. But the real question is whether she's willing to share it, because if Pap gets his way, she might not have any other option. However, let's face it, even while she was incarcerated, she continued to be active in the music industry, releasing mixtapes from behind bars. You know who was out there promoting and monetizing them? Pop. He was working hard to keep her name alive when she was unable to do it herself, pushing her music to ensure that people didn't forget about her and taking steps to ensure that the money flowed. It's not just love, that's work, and you can bet that work makes Remy a lot of money. So when she and Pap finally got out in 2014, they wasted no time at all. Let's not pretend that Pap wasn't as much the star of the show as Remy was. He undoubtedly contributed to bringing those TV checks in. When Remy debuted the Remy Ma collection in 2018, that was another bag secured. But guess who was right there making sure those TV deals happened? Pap wasn't just some supporting character. He was a whole part of the storyline, their love, their struggles, their family drama, and more. When we talk about how Remy built her empire, we also get to talk about how much Pap worked behind the scenes to help build that brand because, let's be honest, his efforts weren't just about love, they were about legacy pop. He wasn't just out here supporting Remy's career, he was holding down her entire world. This is where things get interesting. Pap was actively promoting that line as well. He was out there rocking the menswear at events, making sure people saw the brand and drawing attention to it in a way that most brands would have had to pay influencers a lot of money to do. Deepen even more, when Remy was incarcerated, her then teenage son, Chasen Scott, needed someone to step up, and that someone was him. He didn't just check in, he took on the role of a father figure when Remy couldn't be there. That's not just love, that's responsibility, and he took it on without hesitation. However, this is where things take a tragic turn after Remy got out of prison. Her son Jason ended up getting arrested and facing serious charges related to a fatal incident in Queens, New York, back in 2021. He was charged with first-degree murder and other related offenses. You can't place a value on this divorce, but while Remy was away, he wasn't just keeping the house running smoothly. He was also taking care of her child, keeping everything together, and doing everything he could to create some semblance of normalcy. As the saga continues, one thing becomes very evident. Since Claressa isn't the type to just sit back quietly when things aren't going right, and this isn't just a casual fling between her and Pap, Remy is aware that Pap has a strong case for alimony, which may be the reason she's stalling. But what about Claressa? Oh, she's hot because Remy is playing games while slowing down Claressa's entire wedding storyline. Pap is still legally bound to another woman, so no matter how much love they have, Claressa can't even move forward with him. But until Remy finally lets him go, this situation is nothing but drama. Imagine being ready to start a new life with someone, but there's this big old roadblock that just won't move. And to make it worse, Remy stays lurking in the shadows, stirring up drama every chance she gets. Let's be honest though, for a millisecond, any woman would be furious if they were in Claressa's position. Now that she's being pulled into his mess with his ex, it's annoying, messy, and exhausting. At this point, you have to wonder how long Claressa's patience will last before she demands some real answers and some real action because, let's face it, nobody will sit around forever waiting for someone else's drama to end. However, I have to ask you all, do you think Remy is really holding on because she still loves Pap, or is this just about that alimony check she knows is coming her way? What about Claressa? Will she really endure all of this chaos? Or will she eventually grow tired and leave? Lastly, how long is Pap supposed to wait before Remy finally let him go? I want to know what you guys think of this, so please leave a comment below and let me know. While you're at it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notifications so you never miss the tea. I promise you won't want to miss what's coming next, so watch this next video on your screen because wow, it's so messy. Tap in now.